Lung cancer or mesothelioma, call 1-800-COMPLEX. Goldberg, Persky & White, truly working lawyers for working people.
Local news, local topics, local conversation. You're listening to AM Beaver County on 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and 1460 WMBA. Presented by St. Barnabas and streaming live at beavercountyradio.com.
And we're back here on this Wednesday morning edition of AM Beaver County, a very busy Wednesday morning. We were just talking with Mayor Duke McCoy of Ambridge, and now I'm joined in studio by Charles Jones and Diane Brosius. Good morning to both of you.
Hey there, Matt.
Good morning.
Morning. And we're talking today about an event that's coming up once again this year, and it's coming up on Sunday. It is Let's Roll 9/11. And how many years has this been going on now?
Well, it started on the 10th anniversary. A name well known to people who are part of the Support the Troops rally and other things. He just felt, hey, it's been 10 years. We need to not forget what happened on 9/11. And as in all things, eventually people will. I mean, there's a whole generation that's grown up and are grown-ups now who were not alive then.
True.
But we want to at least try and remember it for as long as we can, just like Pearl Harbor, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where it's going to eventually be, is sort of one of those moments in history like Pearl Harbor or not to get too dark, but the assassination of John F. Kennedy, where,
of course,
most of the people who are going to be alive haven't experienced it, but they'll know about it through history and through remembrances. That's what this is all about with Let's Roll 9/11. Now, for those who have not yet been to one of these over the course of the last several years, what is going to be happening on that day?
Well, first, it's going to be starting about 3 o'clock. The local fire departments will be there, and the reason it's called Let's Roll is that came from what was said in New York after the bombing of the towers, and
or on the plane that went down
or on the plane that went down,
right?
And that's where the Let's Roll part of it came from, and it. Basically, it is a memorial service to commemorate the first responders who answered the call. And how many were there? Over 3,000 that not 3,000 first responders, but there were quite a number of the first responders who paid the ultimate price for
so
their fellow man.
The way that we do honor them and celebrate that is
absolutely
first thing is after we have the soundtrack played called "How Have You Forgotten," the fire truck sirens go off, and it's just kind of thrilling to be there anticipating this program, and those fire trucks go off. So we're going to have a lot of different kinds of entertainment. I'm super excited about this year's lineup because there's such a variety of entertainment, and some will be people doing original works,
yes,
and a lot of people will be doing patriotic stuff. There will be a few speakers, none of them long. You're not going to come and be sitting there listening to someone talking for hours on end, but we are going to have some significant speakers sharing some brief thoughts and great music. So excited about that.
So who are the groups and speakers that are going to be taking place?
Well, let's see. We always like to have Pastor Bill Silver there. He's a former, well, I don't know if you say former, if he was a Marine. What do they say there?
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Okay, and
never
he was
a former Marine.
He was in the special services, and he'll get us started, and he'll share a couple things. And then something we do that's very moving is we have a presentation of wreaths done in silence. There's no big fanfare except for Glenn Angus playing Amazing Grace on bagpipes. It's just terrific when that happens. And then David Lozier, our district attorney, he will speak for a couple of minutes, and he did last year. Nothing political. There's nothing political about any of this.
No.
We don't recognize even members of the of elected officials that come.
Yeah.
We don't recognize them from the platform because they are just another participant in the audience honoring our first responders. So David Lozier, he did a great job last year. And Charles and I are even going to do a number together. I'm going to sing the Battle Hymn of the Republic, and he will be doing a reading in the middle of that. And then we have someone brand new, Zoe Walkensus. Have you ever heard a name like that? She's a staff sergeant with
171st Airborne Refueling.
Yeah, she's with the Air National Guard, which is now under the purview of the 171st Air Refueling. And Jenna Shank, she has some original stuff that she's written, and excited about that. And, of course, you know this one right here.
David Granati.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
very
he's been a
nice.
part of this for a number of times. And, you know, he is has this academy is it in Ambridge? Yeah, in Ambridge. It's called the For Those About to Rock Academy.
I've heard of that academy.
And so he will have a group of his young students, the people that he's mentoring and teaching about how to rock it out. And boy, did you see the great picture of the Granati brothers in the paper last week? It was really great. So he will be there with members of his academy singing some songs that they love to sing. And we really, really want young people there too to be part of this program. So that's it. And then something new also is the Elwood City, boy, I better get this right, the Elwood City Area Civic Chorale. I went to see them earlier this year, and they have such a great package of patriotic music, and they'll be sharing also. So looking forward to that.
That is a lot. That is a lot of gathering and a lot of pageantry, but it's all for, again, a grand recognition of, remembrance to the fallen and the sacrifices that were made now 21 years ago, if you can believe.
Unbelievable. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to think.
Hard to realize how fast this is gone.
Yeah. So, Matt, you were just a young guy when that happened.
I
then.
would have been, 2001. I probably would have been, I think, 9 at that time.
Okay, and it's none of your business how old Charles and I were. Yeah.
I think I'll take the over on what that was. But all kidding aside, it is starting to become, like you say, an event that does sort of, change with perspective of who was there, who saw it, who experienced it, and those who may not have. And again, as time goes on, the number of people who experienced it will get shorter, and the number of those who didn't get larger. But it's one of those moments in history where you sort of have to, for the very basic historical context, have to understand how important of an event this was. Obviously, it was a terrible event, but it was an important event, and shaping the idea and the framework of really what the country is today.
And as you say that, Matt, think about it. Just like most tragedies, what we need to focus on is the amazing, wonderful things that have come as a result of that.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, how many young people joined the military as a result of 9/11? Giving a boost of enthusiasm and patriotism to our military. Do all of these things still struggle and suffer with, under all kinds of political pressures? Sure. But to me, that's just amazing. Or look at even like this Tunnels to Towers. I'm not doing a commercial for them, but that came as a result of and so there's help now for first responders and that wouldn't have been available if it hadn't been for this tragedy.
I agree. The key, though, is to make sure the story stays the same. There's a lot of times over time, what happened gets watered down, and it quite honestly becomes unimportant to a lot of people.
Oh, that's very true.
And it's unfortunate because in today's times, people are so involved in their own little world. Not to speak badly of it, but they're involved in life, and things like this do get forgotten. And
That's true.
We don't want it forgotten.
And not only does it get forgotten, but in a sense, it also gets taken for granted.
And it gets changed,
Absolutely.
like you hinted at there, Charles.
Absolutely.
It gets changed.
And Staff Sergeant Walkensus, I believe that's how you pronounce her name.
That's it.
She is going to be delivering a short speech on why we should never forget.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to hearing her remarks.
It's going to be powerful.
And she's
I
young.
believe so.
She's young.
Yeah.
So she would have just been a little child when
Yeah.
this happened. But,
Very young.
But she understands, and that's really great.
It is. We're talking about Let's Roll 9/11. It's taking place this Sunday, September 11th. We'll have more tangible details about it. We've talked about a lot of the events that are happening and the speakers and the singers. But we'll talk about the full details for those who are like, well, where is this happening? What's going on? We'll talk about that coming up after the break here on AM Beaver County.
A pathological discussion with Dr. Cyril Wecht returns to Lincoln Park Performing Arts Center in Midland this Saturday at 2 p.m. Get tickets for just $35 at the box office or at lincolnparkarts.org.
Are you blind or losing vision? Do you feel like it's controlling your life and your decisions, possibly limiting you? Well, I've been there. But through the National Federation of the Blind, I have learned that I don't have to allow blindness to define me, and you don't have to either. To learn more and find the support you need, simply visit blind.org. That's blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Join Beaver County Radio in New Brighton on September 10th for the 24th Annual New Brighton Car Cruise. Rev up your hot rod and join your friends from WBVP and WMBA for a live on-site broadcast appearance from 12:30 to 2 on 3rd Avenue in New Brighton. The New Brighton Car Cruise is presented and organized by the Western Pennsylvania Pontiac Oakland Club International. Broadcast coverage is a service of GNU's Body Works and Electric Garage Door Sales. If you can't be there, tune into the live broadcast, including special coverage of a patriotic cruise ceremony from 12:30 to 1 p.m. Get there early, find a spot, and lock your radio in to WBVP, WMBA 99.3 FM or 95.7 FM. Crew sponsors include McGuire Memorial, All Access Automotive, Tow Tegrity, AK Nahas, Rochester Machine Corporation, eXp Realty, the Lisa Latham Team, and of course, Beaver County Radio. Don't miss the 24th Annual New Brighton Car Cruise happening Saturday, September 10th on 3rd Avenue from 9 to 8. See you there.
Here at Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA, we just love giving away prizes and making winners out of our listeners on a regular occurrence. If you'd like a complete list of the WBVP and WMBA prize contest rules, just visit beavercountyradio.com.
It's between us and Queen Elizabeth for the longest reign over a group of loyal followers.
Great pleasure that I welcome you all here this evening.
It's been a great 75-year run so far. Thanks for being part of Beaver County Radio, 99.3 FM, 95.7 FM, 1230 WBVP, and 1460 WMBA.
And we're back here on AM Beaver County on this Wednesday morning. We're talking with Charles Jones and Diane Brosius about the upcoming Let's Roll 9/11 event taking place in Beaver this Sunday. And we didn't mention quite necessarily where in Beaver, which is kind of an important part of the situation. And there is a couple locations to be aware of in case things happen.
The original plan is to have it at the gazebo, but according to the weather reports, there's a possibility of rain. So we would advise folks to bring umbrellas with them just in case it does catch us a little off guard and start raining on us.
Or if you don't want to bring umbrellas, if it's raining, we have to thank Park Presbyterian for offering to allow us to use their sanctuary. So we do have a rain location. It will not be washed out.
Absolutely. And they're just make a note also, we are not, the only thing we're going to have as far as refreshments are concerned will be, we will have water available for those.
Okay.
But it's not going to be
a picnic.
A picnic.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not going to be that. But
I don't think we've ever been rained out, though.
No, we have
even
not.
on days when there were storms predicted. I recall one time leaving a little bit early, but it went on. So bring your chairs, bring your flags, and if it looks like rain, just go. Park Presbyterian is right there across the park.
Right across the street.
And it's very convenient. And otherwise, we will go on right there at the gazebo.
Absolutely.
And we sure want to thank some people, too, like Beaver Borough and Beaver Parks for allowing us to go there. And a number of people have, donated stuff and helped out. Beaver Super, they always are great supporters, and we're very thankful for that. And I do especially want to give a shout out to Brighton Music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They have been amazing. Richard and sometimes his son or another helper will come, and they handle all of the sound system, all of the mics. They do all of that. Absolutely donated. Everyone, by the way, Matt, in this program is a volunteer.
Right.
There's not a single person who gets a penny. And speaking of money, do you want to talk about what...
donations will be taken, and we want to make sure that everyone knows all donations, everything that is donated that comes in from this goes to nothing but relief victims. Like on occasions, we have donated funds to the West Virginia flood victims, the Beaver County Emergency Services, the Flight 93 Memorial, and the new memorial coming up, the Persian Gulf Memorial that is not yet built. A lot of the donations, from other events will also go for that. But all donations are accounted for, and they will be taken care of and donated to like emergency services.
And this year, our main focus will be the Kentucky flood relief. Now, I know that happened a couple of months ago, but the devastation was huge.
Yes.
We have a local connection so that we know the money is going to go right to what we plan for it to go to. And, there's been a couple of devastating things happen since then.
Absolutely.
There's always going to be needs. But people will know, and we're going to have a 50-50 this year, so not only will the money be going to a great place of need, but you'll have a chance to make a few bucks yourself if you come, and we're looking forward to that.
That is true as well, and that's a very good point. That and no matter what, and this is kind of going back to what we were talking about remembering all the things that happened on 9/11. Something to remember is that all these types of littler situations, not that they're little by any means, but of course compared to what happened on September 11, 2001, they're not quite that same level. The point being that there's always going to be a time for need, like you said, and always a time for giving. Now that being said, if somebody can't quite make it to the event but they still want to donate, how would they do that?
Well, that's such a good question, Matt.
That was
Never.
quite honestly, we have not been asked that as yet. We do have.
Why don't we just have them call you, Matt?
Okay.
Because you certainly know how to get a hold of me. We've been friends for many years now.
That's a valid point. That's a valid point.
So just have them call Matt at the radio station, and if you want to make a donation, that would be so lovely. And thank you, Matt, for giving us something to think about for the next one.
Matt, real quickly, as far as some numbers that they could reach, they could reach Mr. Bob Gwynn at 724-777-7772, or they can reach myself, Charles Jones, at 724. Oh, my goodness, I forgot my own phone number.
Happens sometimes. It's okay.
That's all right. You're forgiven.
724-407-8436.
And we'll post those up at beavercountyradio.com later on with the interview in case anybody does want to make a call and find out more information about this event or how they can donate at any point during the year. But Charles, Diane, thank you so much for coming on today to talk about Let's Roll 9/11 again, 3 o'clock this Sunday in Beaver. It'll be set for the gazebo. If not, Park Presbyterian will be the alternative location if there's rain. And again, we'll put up links if there websites and all the other sort of links that are there. And that'll be at 3 o'clock on Sunday. So again, thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Thank you much.
And coming up next here on 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and 1460 WNBA, all presented by St. Barnabas, is a Wednesday edition of Teleform. Eddie Crow will be in the wings to take the controls, and you can talk to him at 724-843-1888 and 724-774-1888. As always, we're streaming live 24/7 at beavercountyradio.com.
The best of Beaver County is easy